all have the same way.
Alright, what's up guys? We're back here for round 2.
Yep,
We got Dynamist.
we got Dynamist. I don't know what they do, like a little bit.
Pendulum Water deck.
Yes, I know that much. Machines,
Infinity.
Infinity sometimes.
Spiritual Water Art, maybe?
Maybe, very maybe. Well, we're seeing Daniele Marchese, who got second at Bologna.
He topped Prague as well, didn't he?
He might have, I'm not sure.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, he's going to be playing Dynamists, and they're starting right now. And he's going to be playing against Collins, Ami Akami.
They already started here.
Yeah,
Alright,
they
yeah.
started.
So he's
Fellow Jolly Roger
right.
player.
So he's scaled up here and demise 4 back row, and I believe that's the Rota thing.
I think it is, yeah.
Alright.
That looks like the optimal start to me.
Looks like a pretty strong start.
As long as the scales are fitting, I'm not sure, but it's probably a 3 and 6. I think that's what they are, 3 and 6.
Yeah. Machines are 4 and 5, so we can pretty
Makes
much
sense.
pendulum out
Yeah.
like any of them.
And so we're seeing Collins playing pure True Deco.
With the demise and
Yeah,
the dualities.
all that stuff, all the fun stuff.
Diagram here. And this deck is really strong. It's got a great grind game, which is probably kind of like what he's looking for against this
Especially
sort of
against
stun
like
deck.
slow
Yeah,
stun back row, the heavy decks, that's pretty good. So
Di-
Diagram is gonna enable him to pop and search here. He did only pop a trap card, which enables him to pop a monster.
Mhm.
Probably not quite as effective against Pendulum Mechanic that already has scales up. Would have probably preferred to pop a spell trap here.
I think Dynamists have a trap card that came out recently that I heard was really good. I don't remember its name, but I think it's like a 1-card scale trap card. Obviously he's already got scales up here, so I think we've got up here Dynamist Howling. When this card is activated, you can place 1 or 2 Dynamist Pendulums from your deck in your
Mhm.
Pendulum zone, but you cannot Pendulum summon monster till the end of this turn. So
Except Dynamis monsters.
once put out this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, you contribute Dynamist card and target 1 card your opponent controls and bounce it. That's
Pretty
really
good.
strong.
That's a good card, yeah. It's pretty strong.
It is purple, but it's a really good card.
Yeah. And so I know that they have effects that like kind of protect each other. You know, like the scale effects. I don't know what exactly the cards in the scale do. Maybe we can bring them up on stream.
If there's any Dynamist experts out in stream, feel free to chime
Alright,
in.
there's one of them. Pendulum effect. You can negate in a targets another dynamo. Yeah. So you can negate a targeting effect and destroy him in
Mm.
scale instead of. I think that's what might have happened. No.
I think the trap destroyed the scale there. Or
Oh, you can destroy this card instead.
right, so he's protecting his back row.
And
well,
I
if you
think it got bounced back to hand because of the spell. I think the spell searches on activation, and then whenever or once when something is destroyed, it gets back to hand. Something around these lines. I'm not. There it is. If a Dynamis card is added from the field to your extra deck, add one of those cards to your hand. Okay.
that's pretty good. That's actually really good.
That's a good card, yeah.
All right, Knuckle here. So
To be fair, though, it's not that good because if they're added to the extra deck anyways, you don't really need to add them to your hand because you can pendulum summon them anyways.
I guess it's just to protect, like, so it always
You can keep
guarantees you a
in
scale.
game,
Yeah.
that's good. It's not bad. Yeah, it's decent. So. Is this similar to the one from the YCS?
It must be. I mean,
Did you check the list? Because I didn't see it. I only heard about it.
yeah, same.
Okay.
I would assume it'd be quite similar. I mean, unless you know,
Mhm.
he's just a really avid Dynamist player. I'm sure he probably like checked out the deck after it topped and thought, well, it didn't top, but like came really close. And he
Okay.
probably thought, hey, this seems strong.
Yeah, I was just trying to know if if it was also a demise version, but
Yeah.
it
It
would
seems-
make sense.
It seems like they all have that protect effect, protecting.
Yeah, in some shape or form.
Yeah.
The ones like some prevent targeting. This one prevents destruction.
The monster effects are okay, I think. So the one up on screen just now adds a Dynamist card when it destroys a monster.
Yeah, I think those are like kind of like not that important
Yeah.
for how the deck's working.
I think they have an Armades as well. I think, which is sort of relevant.
So what he's doing now is he does actually have the trap that we were talking about.
Yeah. So the Dynamist
Power
dynamic
load.
I'm not too sure if they play that one, but yeah, that's
is it possible to search it even?
yeah. I mean, you
Because
can
it
search
says.
any.
I mean, it says dynamic, not
Oh right, yeah,
dynamist.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't search something. I'm assuming that one's probably not played then.
Oh. You could still play like 6 copies of it, but it doesn't seem that good.
Yeah. Nope. Barbary is not attending.
No, Marcelo Barber is actually attending French nationals today.
Why is he going to the French one?
Well, has his reasons. I'm not sure.
Personal reasons.
Yeah. So I believe we're still in end phase.
Yeah, he's trying to use the howling here on the end phase.
by him.
Place one or two. Yeah.
So
So
once per turn, if this card is already face up on your spell and trap card zone, you contribute Dynamis monster target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So I think he's trying to do that in the end phase right now
yeah.
to bounce
You
either.
can use both effects here, so he can scale one card from his
He
deck.
did do that already, I think.
Shoutouts to Kieran.
Yeah,
So-
because it's basically Kieran, right? Once per turn, you tribute
Yeah.
a monster, bounce a monster. It's kind of Kieran, not, but yeah.
All right, so he's, yeah, we're just trying to figure out this end phase thing. I'm not too sure what the dispute is currently, but he's, so that's the extra deck card there that he's gonna add to hand instead. I think is what he's.
No,
trying to
that's
do.
the one he has in hand already.
Right. Okay, so they're trying to replay it here.
Yeah,
So he flips this.
scales that one
Yeah.
from the deck.
And then maybe they're. Oh, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. It's just, I mean the other option was looking at Zoo combo again, so
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think
for
we'll
sure.
take it.
Like,
and to be fair though, he's not looking in too bad of shape.
yes, seems like a really
It
strong
seems
opening.
like he's looking good here.
I'm not sure what the back row are, but I mean, if he's playing Demise, then he's gonna have relevant stuff. So
Yeah. He will only be able to pendulum summon Dynamis, but I think that's not even a drawback at this point. I think
Oh, I
he's
mean,
only playing Dynamis.
that's an advantage, mate.
Yeah. So this one's being scaled. Huh?
So if anyone on the stream has any idea what's going on, like, please let us know because I'm rather confused right now.
It's probably just.
So
some
I'm not sure like
so-
what the dispute actually is. Maybe he's trying to use both effects.
So the Collins is popping with the spell right now, right?
Right.
He did
And then he's-
target. Did he target the Howling?
Yeah. Now he's chaining it.
He targeted the Howling. The Howling was activated. So I'm pretty sure he cannot use the effect to bounce, because it says
It needs to. 'Cause it's
once per
continuous.
turn. No, it says scroll down. It says once per turn if this card is already face up in your spell and trap card zone.
Yeah, if it's already.
I
face
think
up,
he cannot
yeah.
activate that in the chain where he just activates the card
So
itself.
he basically just gets to scale it, and that's
So
really
he gets to scale a card, but what he's trying to do is he's trying to scale one that protects the Howling, because they all
Mm.
have that effect, right?
right.
And he's trying to scale something that will protect it. At least that's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
they all protect it anyway, right? So
Well, the question
'Cause
I think the
the one
question
already there
is I
protects
think
it.
the question is it a continuous effect that protects him, or is it something that has to be activated when
the
they're
scale
targeted?
effects. Well, as far as I can tell here.
So this one I think has to be activated
well, this card's.
as a chain link 3 in that case. So
Yeah.
because it's not already there, he could not protect it with it. I'm pretty sure. I think
But it is already there. Was
no,
there
it's not yet,
the scale?
because it's chain link 1 the trap to destroy Howling,
he
chain
already-
link 2 Howling to put it there.
No, no, no. He already had that skill from the start.
Yeah, but it's gone when he protected the monster from the destruction from the trap. That's where it went.
Okay.
On the other hand, though, if he's scaling something that says when another Dynamis is destroyed, you can destroy this instead, I think that's a continuous effect. I think that he would be able to protect the Howling with.
It says once while this is in your pendulum zone, so that one should be continuous.
No, this one's not pursuing. I think you can negate an activated card effect that targets another Dynamis card,
Then destroy
this
card.
card. I think that activates when a card is targeted.
And then this one is if another Dynamis card you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's
Oh, it
card
doesn't.
effect,
It
you
doesn't
destroy this.
activate. Chat is saying it doesn't activate. So either way, then he would be able to protect it. I think they're just making sure on that.
Mhm.
So we're not even in end phase yet. We're still on the tribute summon of the Knuckle.
Yep. We'll get this resolved eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, overall it seems like a pretty strong deck.
It does
it's
seem
got
like
a
a
lot
pretty
of-
solid start, though. It's like
It's got a lot of interaction with itself, and Howling is really good. Alright, so I think
mean,
they...
his opening seems to be pretty optimal, though. Like the Searcher card, Demise, double scale, not a single discard,
Yeah,
one dice roll. It's
that-
like a pretty optimal scenario, but yeah, I mean,
must be nice. Yeah, so because there's no colon or semicolon, it's continuous.
So
And
we got a confirmation that they are just waiting for the head judge
Yeah,
because they
so
appealed.
we've just got an appeal now, so...
Yeah. Okay. So we're being told that normally he should be able to protect it because they're all continuous effects.
Mhm.
Which I think is correct. And
Targets.
that is pretty huge.
But see, the thing is though, because it says so you can negate an activated card effect that targets another Dynamis card you
Yeah.
control, right? So it's face down at that point when it's targeted. It's not a Dynamis card. You see?
That's another point. Yeah.
So when
So
he's
it's actually
so-
more complicated than we thought.
Yeah. So the succession targets the face down trap card. The scale can't really protect it, I don't think, because it's the activation requirement requires
Well,
it to be a face.
At this point, it's face up though, but yeah, it's a little bit more complicated now. I think
But it says if it targets a Dynamis card,
yeah.
and on targeting it's not a Dynamis card, it's a face down.
Hmm.
So he shouldn't be able to protect it.
Well, maybe not with this one. He would be able to protect it with some that says when a Dynamis card would be destroyed, you can destroy this instead. Because the other scales do that, like that one. If another Dynamis card you control would be destroyed by a battle card effect, you can dodge this card instead. I think that would work for sure. Right now.
To protect the Howling,
Yeah.
even though it was initially face down.
Yeah, because in resolution it's face up, and in resolution he sees, oh, the card will be destroyed, so I'm going to be destroyed instead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That would definitely work.
So is that definitely the one he had originally? Was it?
No, that is not the one that he has right now. It's the right one that was already there.
And that one says target.
No, that's the one that's right up on the screen right there. That's the one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one specifically should be able to protect it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm being told by the head judge that they ruled it that he can protect it. But I'm also being told that there is no official ruling by Konami for it. That they checked everything, and that is just the interpretation of our judge team.
Okay.
That he is able to protect it with the Plesios.
Yeah, it seems fair enough. Plesios doesn't say it needs to that targets another. Okay, right.
Well,
so
I think you might be right about the thing that it was face down.
yeah. So I mean,
To be fair, though, I think he has not used the scale effect of the other scale yet this turn. So even if they would rule it in a way that Plesios could not negate, he could still prevent destruction with the other.
Yep.
So I think that's fine. So, yeah.
All right, so moving forward, he's gone onto his battle phase here and he's crashed them.
No, he got bounced by the other trap effect now. He tributed the monster and bounced
Right.
the
Okay.
Draco.
Which one lets him tribute? Is it the
The
spell?
the trap as well.
Oh, howling as well. Yeah.
Howling, yeah.
Okay.
Once per turn, this already face up in your spell trap. You can tribute diamonds monster target one card your opponent controls return to the hand.
Okay.
So it's like a once per turn
Yeah.
kinda Kirin.
And now he's got a set card.
He did set a monster and a back row and passes.
Right.
So I would interpret this as that back row is the monster is probably a dead hand trap for the matchup,
Mm.
and he's just planning on tributing it for a tribute summon.
Yep.
Oh, second charge.
Wow. All right. Another Rota. His extra deck is filled with 2 monsters, I believe. So
Yeah, and he has at least one more in hand that
yeah.
he returned last turn,
So this is looking pretty
and
threatening.
another search.
And
We do know that Collins is able to tribute summon at any point though with the trap here. You can always activate the return effect to tribute summon, tribute the return for the knuckle,
mhm.
and pop a monster with the returns effect.
Knuckle can tribute the trap, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the trap can pop a monster as soon as it hits the graveyard.
Yeah. So he's got quite a lot of disruption here.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Wait.
Oh, setting. Hello.
Ah,
oh.
okay.
Okay. Right. Ah, that's cool.
So he's trying to bounce.
So he's setting his monster.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to set his monster and then trigger Howling to bounce his opponent's monster, which is
I'm
not
not sure if he
really-
needs to do that at
yeah,
this point.
because like he's just going to chain it anyway. But I guess he's forcing it out. But regardless, Collins is going to. So he gets that monster back to his hand,
Yeah.
but he can still tribute summon Knuckle, right? By tributing the trap.
Well, it does target a card, so he can also bounce a back row, and I think he went for the face down.
Oh, is it back row
It's
as
a
well?
card, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Getting better and better, these dynamists. Okay, that's a really good card.
What is that?
If I'm seeing it correctly, I think it's Waterfall of Dragon Souls. I think
Okay.
that's the correct name. I think we're getting it up on the screen right now, but yeah, it's a normal trap card that has 2 different effects. You can choose one. You can either add a worm type from your deck to your hand, or you can send any number of worm type monsters from your hand or face up from your field to the graveyard and draw cards equal to the number +1.
So he's gonna draw the
No, he did search a masterpiece.
Is Masterpiece a worm?
Yes, they're all worm.
Masterpiece
So
is a
the
worm.
reason why I like this card is because you can either search any Draco that you want to summon right now on
Yeah.
your opponent's turn, which makes it essentially a Rota in like spell form because you're searching something that you're summoning right away. It's not like I have to set it and wait a turn until I can summon. I'm just activating on my opponent's turn whatever I want to summon.
Mhm.
But also, if I draw too many monsters, if I kind of break on monsters, I can send them away and draw a bunch of cards instead.
That's pretty good.
You draw no monsters, you search a monster to summon. You draw too many monsters, you draw cards instead. So I kind of like it. It's kind of cool.
Is that standard in True Draco? In the pure one?
No, it's not standard.
Seems really strong.
It's an option that people have realized
Yeah.
about. It's like it's not top secret or anything. It's just like it's a valid option.
Alright, so we've got a pendulum.
It's a trap
power.
in the end, so it's not staple.
I mean, it's a trap nonetheless, but I mean the deck does play like sort of like a trap deck in a way.
Yeah.
It is quite slow.
I mean, you can see here it will enable him to summon this masterpiece right away.
Mhm.
He can activate the return effect to summon, tribute return at the monster, and there's masterpiece. And then we'll see if Dynamist is actually able to out masterpiece that way.
So he's just reading all the monster effects here of the Dynamists on
Yeah.
field.
It's just like making sure he's not like
Yeah.
missing anything.
Alright, so
So he
here
needs
comes
just
Knuckle.
tributing the trap to summon Knuckle.
And he's going to pop one of these. He is going to choose.
No matter which one he chooses, it can be prevented by
Yep.
one of the scales, right?
You don't think it would have been better to just tribute for Masterpiece?
Well, technically he can still do that, because as soon as Daniele activates any card or effect, the dynamite is going to trigger
Yeah.
and activate the other trap
Yeah.
from the deck, and that trap is going to enable him to summon Masterpiece over itself and the set monster.
So the way this Dynamist deck is kind of playing right now is basically like he's protecting all his monsters from being destroyed by the traps,
Yeah.
and then by popping his scales.
And his trap
Yep.
is also protected.
But that's not. It's not like he's running out of scales because he's got double charge up, and just every turn you can just
Yeah, they're going back
search
to
more
hand.
scales,
It's
and
pretty nice.
so he's not losing
Ooh,
anything here. Oh, hello.
Pachi.
That's interesting. Is that common?
It's not common, but I like the idea because,
Okay.
like I said, it's very unexpected. Because when you see a set monster from Draco, you're just assuming it's tribute fodder for something.
Mm.
Happening. So
Stream's done. Are we offline?
it's down, no? Oh, okay. We're back, I think. Apparently, we're back.
All
Are
right.
we? Should be. I think the internet crashed for a second. Well,
All right. It looks like we're back. At least I
are we?
think so. It's playing an ad here. Can you guys hear us on stream? Are we back?
Let us know in chat.
Yeah. All right.
Angry Italian woman outside. Okay, yeah, apparently they can hear us again.
Let me just double check here.
Alright, we good. Okay.
We good. We good.
So, that Pachi took his turn away, basically. And that might be the window that Collins needs.
Does he have OTK potential
Yes, definitely.
through the cards we know?
Yeah, just normal. I mean,
Oh, okay.
just normal
Quaking.
summoning a bunch of Dracos can end up in a lot of damage because they're all boosted by Diagram too.
Mm.
Like, and he's starting the turn with a Knuckle already on the board, so
I mean, he's gonna be able to uh, bounce one of them at least, right, to protect himself.
no, how? He doesn't have a monster. He has a Tribute monster.
The Howling can bounce the scale, right?
No, it has a Tribute monster.
Oh, it's
The
tribute
scale
monster.
does not count as a monster, so he cannot
Right, okay.
tribute that.
Right, desires
Which
here.
is why like the Pachi is like especially devastating right here because it took away his howling as well, basically for the turn.
Mm. He hit the quaking as well, which is really big.
Well, he's going to be able to pop both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
if he,
yeah.
as soon as he tributes the heritage, he's going to be able to pop.
Another advantage of this True Draco deck, which has kind of been overlooked recently, is you can play desires. It seems like quite a simple thing, but with everyone playing Zoo these days, you can't really play desires. So
Yeah, it's not a given anymore.
yeah, it's just such a strong card. There's nothing in your deck for True Draco that like you're really scared to banish.
Unless you're super unlucky. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, as always.
So you're always gonna have like a lot of power just through one desires.
And it's not just desires. You have desires, demise.
Yeah, you have a lot of draw potential. Super consistent deck.
Yeah.
All right, so he's gonna.
It's kind of like
here.
Monarch in not bricky.
And
There
hits
goes the demise. And so
Um,
now he has nothing left that does anything on the board right now.
Yep. Just gonna figure out and see if he's gonna be able to put a decent amount of damage on board here. It's just it's the masterpiece like almost feels useless because it's not really gonna it can't pop anything.
It won't pop the. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pop here. He has to pop the charges first until he can start popping the scales
And
efficiently.
you can protect the charges as well.
Yeah. It's unaffected by monsters and spells, I think.
Yeah, monsters and spells. You attributed succession, so
Yeah, so he will be able to just
he's-
bounce it with the howling.
yeah, you can bounce masterpiece here. So
Not here, but after you summon
yeah.
something.
um,
You just need a scale for it.
I'm not sure maybe if he's like taken that into account by. I mean, maybe it would have been better just to keep the knuckle on board and
Maybe.
try search out.
Ooh, Cosmic Cyclone.
Now that's a really strong card against Dynamist.
Wonder why he's using it like
in the
on
main.
his turn right away instead of like waiting for another scale or something. Oh, because he wants to demise for 3. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
All right. That's the disciples.
yeah.
He's going to be able to shuffle 3 True Draco cards from his graveyard into his deck and draw another card for it. And it will also give him another normal summon, which he's using here.
Pop and Howling.
Did
So,
he use that already? Disciples?
no.
No.
He used. I can't. How did he pop the first card?
Yeah, I think with Disciples. I think he popped Disciples with Diagram.
Should we double check that?
I
Okay,
think so.
we're just gonna
Because there
double
were
check
there
that.
were 2 face downs, right? And both of them were popped by.
Yeah. Yeah. So both his face downs were
Me.
popped. So it
I don't think it would have mattered here,
Oh, he's skipping up. Oh.
but
Well, that's irreparable. Yeah. So scooping up here. Yo, how much does this Dynamis deck cost? Like they're all commons and rares, and the extra deck is like cheap as hell.
$2 maybe. You buy an Infinity, you have it.
I think I found my deck.
Yeah. Well, Demise is expensive.
Damn, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
okay.
he did indeed pop twice with Disciples, but I think we can agree that that didn't matter at that point.
Yeah. Is that a Soul Drain? Did he have that in the main?
Soul Drain.
It can't be the main. Well, if that's his side deck, he is playing Soul Drain on his side, so.
Soul Drain's the one that negates grape effects, right?
Yep.
It's good against True Draco, I think.
It negates card effects in the grave, right?
I
All
think
cards?
so.
It should be all
I think
cards.
so. So that will prevent all the popping
Yeah.
from the spell and traps.
If it's just monsters, I guess that would have been probably for his Dino matchup or something.
Yeah, he would definitely not slide it in here then.
Demise, Toad. Oh, can you play Toad in this deck? Yeah, because you can make
Oh,
Dino Shark.
I guess they can. I guess they make Bahamut Shark. Yeah.
Yeah. Bahamut Shark, Infinity.
Yeah.
So those are your extra deck options, really, for the most part. I don't think there's anything else particularly relevant.
I mean the standard rank 4, rank 5 stuff.
Mm.
Nothing too crazy. So yeah.
Round winner?
Yeah, just round 1. I mean game 1.
Right. Yeah, so he's 1 game 1 here, so they're just siding up for game 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, the True Draco deck has a lot of similarity to Monarchs.
Yeah.
Back how they used to be played with EDM. Very similar playstyle. Multiple tributes. Disruption on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
Strong draw power.
I did play it for my first regional after Maximum Crisis. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would.
What were do you think were the problems with it?
Well, it's like I said, it seems like a more consistent version of Monarchs, because it's like really broken tribute mechanic. Once it gets going, it's really hard to stop. It has Masterpiece, which is incredible boss monster. The thing that I found made it not that consistent anymore is when you always had to face Trident, Ghost Ogre, Ghost Ash,
Mm-hmm.
like in some combination of 1 or 2 copies of those, because then suddenly your very consistent deck loses 2 cards out of its opening 5 or
Yeah.
6 going second, and then suddenly it's not that consistent anymore, because they would like Ghost Ogre the wrong spell and trap for me, they would Ghost Dash my Demise, they would Ghost Ogre my trap when I wanted to tribute summon on their turn, or Cosmic Cyclone it, and then suddenly I just couldn't play anymore, because if you're missing one piece, you don't have the monster to tribute summon, you don't have the spell or trap to give you the extra normal,
Yeah.
you actually can't play, just like Monarchs, if you don't have the tribute fodder or the tribute monster and whatever. And then when
So it's very combo heavy with its hands.
yeah, but there's so many. Normally it would be very consistent if you're just like hard drawing opening hands without seeing any interaction. All the hands would be very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you factor in like a lot of these 1v1 trading hand traps, I think it becomes a lot less consistent.
Yeah. You see, Zoo on the other hand has just so many ways to just play with one card.
Yeah.
True Draco just requires a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
So game 2 about to get underway here. Gonna assume Daniele's gonna go first.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because I don't think he could have asked for an opening hand and he still managed to lose. So
I think he lost to the Pachi. I think that was the point
yeah,
where
that was a big
yeah.
turning point. Right, you see his hand here. He's got charge, so that's a good card. Starter cards. What do you think about
Yeah.
starter cards?
Love.
Looking through his main deck here. Just trying to catch out and see if he's like playing any
So
like
he has
interesting
another,
text
he has
here.
another charge for next turn, which is
Mhm.
nice. I didn't see a demise this time.
I believe I saw a trap in his opening hand.
Yeah.
He's got another charge there, and I think that's the Howling.
That's good to have.
Yeah.
The deck is very vulnerable to Cosmic Cyclone, though. So I'm noticing.
Yeah, yeah, because you have a lot of protection from destruction, which is
Well,
really, really good.
I think the Plesios also can negate Cosmic. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it's the one that negates targets.
Targeting. Yeah, yeah, okay, right.
So,
So they
yeah.
have a lot of protection, a lot of
Yeah.
protection.
I think that might be the reason why they're always searching this guy instead of something that prevents destruction.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he was summoning it and not scaling it, so he won't be protected from Cosmic Cyclone.
So he's just gonna normal summon in set 2. We know it's Howling, so he's gonna be able to like stand by Howling here. Oh, restrict.
Mask. Alright.
So it wasn't a Howling, it was restrict. Okay.
Maybe it's
So-
Howling and Restrict.
Yeah. So restrict is not super strong
Diagram.
against True Draco. They do have ways to play through. So he's setting one here, for example, that it's gonna be able to tribute.
Yeah,
Yep,
now we
yeah,
can
there
pop
you
the
go.
Restrict. And that's
So-
the reason why I only really like Restrict in decks that make Trident.
Yep.
Because you can just Trident the diagram away in that case.
hmm
Otherwise, I think it's just way too likely for...
Yeah, they'll just have.
Yeah.
True Draco can't be floodgated. At least not permanently. It's not like Monarchs where you could like restrict them and they just can't play.
Yeah. They have outs in their engine, so...
Yeah. You feel you just feel really safe like with your rogue matchups and just anything like generic like that because if you can be floodgated in any shape or form, your deck
It's really good against rogue decks. Anything that is like slow, back row heavy is like you don't have a chance.
I mean, even just making all of your guys unaffected by traps can
Yeah.
be enough to just shut down decks, which is why we've seen Paleo kind of fall off
Yeah,
the radar.
like Paleo just gets wrecked.
All
by
right,
it.
what is this?
This is the one that activates a spell from your deck.
Is it a True Draco?
Yes. They all work the same way in the sense that they trigger once your opponent does something.
Ah, Ignis.
So the Dynamite is the one that activates the trap when they do something. Ignis is the one that activates the spell when they do something. And Maiden searches the monster when they do something.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, he did force the howling here, and because Daniele responded with the howling, he's able to activate another spell from his deck with Ignis.
Curious to think if Howling should maybe be used in the standby, so that way you have your scales up, and that means your scales are going to be able to protect your cards.
Well, they are going to be able to protect it here. We saw that ruling in game 1. You can just scale.
Well, yeah, I mean that's because like they're already face up now, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. All right, yeah, that's fair enough.
You
So
can
he's
scale 2 now, and one of them is going to protect the howling. And this is why he summoned the Dynamist, because in case there is no Cyclone, this is way better now. Because he has a monster on the board to tribute and bounce.
Yep.
If there was a Cyclone, he would probably just lost.
Which spell cards give you the double tribute summon effect? Is it
All of them.
Succession and
Both of them.
Both of them as well. Okay.
Once per turn for each.
Okay.
They're both once per turn extra summon, once per turn destruction effect. And then they both have their own effect.
So someone's asking if you think that this True Draco deck can compete with Zodiac.
I don't think so. The reason being that I actually experienced that True Draco wants to go second or likes to go second, but you just can't do that in a zoo format
Yep.
because you just can't consistently beat the plus from fusion sub combo. But you actually like the tributing spells and traps is just so much more efficient when you go second because you don't have targets to pop when you go
Yeah.
first. Um, and you can actually like you can play through boards very easily with this deck because you can like tribute traps to pop monsters and you can force out back row and as soon as they respond like we're seeing here your small monsters trigger and give you more cards from your deck.
Mhm.
So the deck is really good at going second, just not against Zoo.
Yeah.
And well, that's a big issue this format. So
I
yeah,
mean, we're definitely going to see a lot more of this after the ban list for sure.
I
That
think so. Yeah,
is unaffected in any way from the ban
because
list.
after Norden is hit, you might be able to go second against Zoo without even caring. You know,
Yeah.
let them make it Trident Emerald. Doesn't
Even
really
even
matter.
even if they make Giant Emerald, you know, it means like you don't have to play through like an 8 card like.
Yeah, it's just gonna
Dr-
be behind like 5 card hand.
yeah,
You know, that's fine.
it's fine to be
It's
going
fine.
second against the 5 card hand like, and the full board. Right, and then battle phase here, he's waiting to decide on how he's gonna uh, bounce
Well, and here is
here.
same case again. He can just tribute the monster for howling, but as soon as he does, the dynamite's gonna trigger and give him another trap.
Yeah, so I think he's protecting his monster from battle here, right?
Yeah, once.
Yeah. Okay, so he takes 18. What's Ignis's attack?
Ignis is 24, Dynamite's 25, and Maiden is 23.
Okay, so that leaves Daniele on 74.
Alright. 3 face downs.
So
And this is where it gets really hard to beat the deck simply because as soon as he activates a card, there's going to be more cards coming into play from
yeah,
Collins to the deck. And so the longer the game goes, the harder it is to beat the true Draco deck.
yep,
The most efficient way to beat it is just not to let it come to this point. Prevent the first few tribute summons and then they won't be snowballing into this spot.
yeah. All right, so he's using the
Triggering the
effect there.
dynamite. He can only always use one of them. They're like paleos basically, only once per chain. Okay, so game 1 looked promising, game 2 doesn't. I don't think we're gonna see a comeback here from Daniele after this.
Yeah. Do the little tree Dracos get unaffected by things that
No,
are?
no, they don't.
So it seems like
But
potentially.
at this rate, it's only a matter of time until he either
Yeah.
draws or searches a
What do you side for this
masterpiece.
deck?
Against True
Yeah,
Draco.
because I mean,
Cosmic Cyclone is really good.
board wipes don't seem very strong.
Kaijus are really good because you can tribute the small guys and the masterpiece.
Mhm.
And like tributing the small guys before actually triggering them and giving them an opportunity to activate stuff from the deck
Yeah.
can really cut off the resources for the deck.
So he's scaling up here. He's gonna go for a pendulum summon 1, 2. Looks like just 2 here. See if he's got a strike for this.
I don't think he needs strike. I don't think he can really lose, but he does have it anyways.
Well, warning.
That's game.
Yeah, that's definitely game. I don't think there's anything else you can do here. I mean, normal summon something. Set monster. Oh, yeah, right.
Pass.
Set a monster, set a
Oh, he's
back
gonna
row,
die now.
and I mean, Collins is just going to be able to just tribute things, pop them. Yeah, masterpiece come down. Spell pops the back row in the end
Oh.
phase, pops a strike. That monster is the set monster is.
Yeah,
Really
that's
gonna
just
be,
game. This is just like there's no way.
it's over, my friend. All right, and the end phase call, the haunted effect here.
Yeah.
Masterpiece gonna pop another card, pops a monster. Now he's using. Is he trying to use?
He can use the howling, but it won't save him. You can bounce masterpiece, but even that doesn't help. You can just come down again.
Yep.
Don't know what he's thinking, but yeah,
Yeah. Chooses masterpiece.
doesn't matter at all.
Dweller seems really strong against this deck.
I don't know
yeah.
what he's thinking about. Because I think all his cards are known, and he can't do anything.
Is there nothing at all that that you can do? I mean,
No.
Howling doesn't have any targets.
I mean,
and
all the scales and the howling do nothing once you have no board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, warning, putting in
Oh, yeah.
the work here. Summon, tap for game. So that does it for round 2, boys.
Rip
So,
Dynamist.
yeah. We thought they had the potential,
It
but
looked like he could take game 1, but
it does seem very strong, perhaps maybe against the Zoo deck of sorts, but
wouldn't say very strong, but
well,
not terrible.
pretty good for a completely rogue deck.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
So if anyone's looking for a deck that costs like, don't even know, like demises basically infinity, then you've got yourself a good decent meta contender.
Might need a toad or two, but yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Because we tried to get you something that wasn't Zoo.
Yeah.
Since we're going to be seeing a lot of them for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah. Not a single Zoo card was played this round.
Oh yes, that is a relief.
Feels good, man.
Are we gonna get Collins up to interview? Yep. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a little chat with him.
So
Talk to
do
his,
you want to do the interview or should I?
You can take turns. You want to go?
Fair, fair. Alright, welcome back, guys. We're here with our round 2 feature match winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, first of all, what do you think of Dynamist?
I honestly haven't read the cards, so I don't actually know what they did until now.
Okay.
So it was a hard time because I had to read the cards and to actually know what they do. So
Yeah.
it was,
It's a good thing that they almost do the same.
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Okay.
So that was very easy. At least I just know
Yeah.
scale 3 does the same, scale 6 does this.
Okay, so do you think it's like a good deck or like rather easy?
I think it's a good deck against Zodiac because Zodiac they're no longer playing strikes, counter traps,
Yeah.
and you can just keep pendulum summon every turn, and you can just
Yeah,
gain
we saw
advantage.
the warning being like really good in
Yeah,
game two. So
yeah.
yeah, it looked like he could take game one, like almost until he ran into the Pachi.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
ran into the back. He didn't expect that, so yeah.
Yeah,
I would have lost
no
the
one
game without.
expected. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
I would
So
have lost without that.
I like the tech. I like it. So second question: why are there no zoos in your deck?
Because I wanted to play Zoo Draco today, but I kind of like saw like everybody was playing Zoo, and the mirror match is kind of I don't want to say it's kind of awkward because who has more hand traps win. There's no much skill in the mirror match. Like
Okay.
if you it just depends on resources, hand traps, and if you meet any rogue deck, you're just gonna be losing because your hand traps are good against mirror match.
Yeah, there's a lot of hand traps like Drawn and
like
Lockbird.
Drone Lockbird
You have to
and,
play
and
them,
Flying
but
Sea
yeah.
and other stuff, and I think some people are even playing Greater Latency, and I think all those cards are bad. So I just wanted my deck not to lose to Flying Sea, Greater Latency, and just my deck is okay. So I think the pure Draco variant is fine.
Yeah, it's a good deck, definitely. Do you think it has a good matchup against Zoo?
Yeah, you
Okay.
actually do because it's actually one of the few decks that can just go second and play because you have so many power cards,
Yeah.
and even if they can, even if all of them can get Ghost Touch, but if one of them resolves, you just actually gaining more advantage. Like you have Pot of Desires, Duality, Demise,
Yeah.
and they're all power cards, and the monsters actually do something. The traps all do something. The spells do something. So I think it's
It's
very
definitely
good.
not the worst. I think going second, I would rather have the Draco deck than have the Zoo
Yeah,
deck.
going second is just very good. Going second, it's actually insane.
Do you
And,
go second on purpose,
if I
or you
if I
still?
win the dice roll, I normally go first because I don't want to tell the opponent my deck. Because if you go second in game one, and maybe if you win game one, game two, he's just gonna side in maybe to go second and maybe play mind game. I want to. I don't want that. And if I go first, my deck is actually good, so it's
Yeah.
okay. And with
Yep.
the Parky, just go first.
Right.
Parky Masterpiece is very difficult to out.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
very difficult to out.
No kaiju for you.
No kaiju
Yeah.
for you, and it's just difficult for
All
the
right.
Zoo deck.
Yeah. Nice. Good insight. Thanks. Good luck for the rest.
Thank you very much.